Good morning. Getting my steps in before it gets too hot. It's about, I think 7:15. And if you don't know me, I am Kathleen, and I think I struck a chord for some people on my last video talking about life after motherhood. And I wanted to kind of chit chat about that real quick before this week's video gets started. And to me, when I was saying life after motherhood, it just means where your life is going after you've raised your kids. Maybe some of them are out of the house. We have 4, so 2 of them are out of the house and 2 are still at home, but one is 20, almost 21, and one is 17, starting his final year of high school. So my older 2 are married, and one is married, and the other one lives on her own. So I guess what I was saying is life after motherhood. It's figuring out where my interests are, where I'm going to spend my days, what things I'm going to come up with next. And it was just funny to me how some people got offended when I was saying life after motherhood, like it was a contract, or you're never done raising kids. Like, duh, I know that. And, I will just be authentically me on this channel. I will be vulnerable on this channel and just share my journey and what I'm going through. And my journey is probably going to be completely different than yours, but that's what makes us all unique, and that's what makes all of our stories our stories. So I hope that you're here to, take something positive. We don't have to agree on everything. Again, that's what makes us all unique. So this week's video is going to be a compilation of what has happened during the week, a few vulnerable times, and just how I'm navigating life after motherhood, my way, what that means for me. And if you're in that same position in your life, I would love to get to know you and know what you're doing to fill your days and how you're becoming your new self, how you're connecting with yourself again. Whoa, this is the first time I've been up this hill. I'm kind of taking a different path in our neighborhood. Whew, wow, that was a pretty nice hill. Anyway, getting in my morning steps because health is very important to me, so I'm going to share a lot about that on this channel. And gotta catch my breath a second. Anyway, please drop a comment. Let me know how you're handling this transition, what you're going through, any tips that you have, anything that's been helping you, and I'll do the same. So enjoy today's video. I'm sitting here editing a video that hopefully I'm going to be putting up on Monday while dinner is cooking. And I just got out of the shower, which felt so good after a pool day. Hung out with my dad and my sister. We just kind of chilled. So it was nice. Oven's going off. Hold on. Okay, so I was saying it was nice to hang out at the pool today with my sister and my dad and just kind of chill and relax. It was just the 3 of us, and it was nice to be able to have that time together. But as I sit here after a shower and just feeling, that feeling when you're like, I did a lot today, but you really didn't. It's just the sun. I did work out. I walked. I did a leg workout. And then I went to the pool, and the sun kind of takes a lot out of you. But the purpose of this little blurb is to say that I was sitting here editing a video, and I also checked my YouTube and saw that there was a comment that someone had left. This woman, we've been going back and forth chatting on YouTube, which is great because I love getting to meet new people on social media. That's what I loved about Instagram, and still do. I still get to meet so many people that I never would have met otherwise. And so I always say social media gets a bad rap because there are a lot of bad parts about social media, but then this technology has allowed us to just meet people that we never would before, right? If we didn't leave our little, neck of the woods and explore, we would never meet people. So I do love social media for that aspect. But this woman was saying just how whatever stage of life you're in, you know, people, especially women, need to know that they're still valued and they're still loved. And whether that's reinventing, you know, your whole life after your kids get older, or if it's maybe this woman, her and her husband went and adopted, you know, a whole new family per se. And to hear her talk about her story is pretty inspiring. Just to see how much love people have in their hearts to give to whatever it is. And I was just thinking, and I was like, you know, it is true. Like we all, you know, sometimes you wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm not needed anymore. What am I going to do? The day's going to go by so slowly, or like the same thing is going to happen today that happened yesterday. And then I just go to bed and get up and do it all over again. And I will say, sometimes I have those thoughts too, but I like that when you have an outlet like this, and when I am going to keep posting videos, the conversation keeps going between all of these different women and how we're feeling and how someone can affect you, you know, and how she responded on my last video was just like, I just want women to know, like, their story isn't over. Just like once their children grow up, there's something else waiting for them, and everyone deserves to be happy. And I was just like, yeah, that's right. No matter what it is, like her story, you know, her path isn't my path and vice versa. But it doesn't mean that like that's not right for her, or what I'm doing isn't right for me, or what you're doing isn't right for you. We all get to still be happy, and we all get to still choose, you know, what comes next. So I just think that I'm really going to like keep doing videos, and not that anything particularly interesting happens. I mean, yes, we happened to go on a trip to Italy this past summer, but it's not like things happen, you know, incredible things happen in my life every day that make it so exciting for me to like, you know, post YouTube videos. I just feel like if you can just peek in on a little bit of my life that you can see, maybe there's just little things you can do every day to, you know, make you smile, make you do something different, make you see something in a different light, make you want to try something different, that can, you know, affect you in a positive way. And then that's a ripple effect that gets passed on to a next person because they're seeing you do that. Anyway, I'm going to pick up my daughter from the airport today, and this could have been a week of me just like bored, and, you know, because usually we have a lot of conversations when she comes home from work, and we chit chat and we laugh about things. But she hasn't been here all week because she's enjoying a vacation with her friends. And you know what? I've had this to keep me occupied and to keep me busy and to keep me, you know, excited for that something new. So our story is never done, and you get to decide how it's written every day. Other than that, lying in my house. It's probably from the watermelon that I cut up today. It was getting really ripe. Here's the thing that sucks about perimenopause, menopause. I say menopause, but I'm not in menopause yet. I still get my period monthly, and this is something that I've dealt with for years. So just having it become even more of a daily struggle is hard, and that is body image. And I don't care how many times I tell myself that it's okay, every woman goes through it, like, you still look great, you still look amazing. And I am not looking for reassurance from that, from anyone. So I hope it doesn't come across like that. But I think a lot of women can relate to anytime your body changes, how that like affects you. And last year, about this time, it was like at its height where I had gained like 6 pounds very quickly. And I just felt so inflamed and so swollen everywhere. You could see it all over my body. And it did a number on me. So I'm better now. I'm not back to where I was before that happened. I mean, I don't even know how much I weigh. I honestly don't weigh myself anymore because I don't really care about weight. I just care about like if I fit in my clothes and what I look like and how I feel. And, you know, I have really good days sometimes, and other times, like today, when I literally had like some pasta and a glass of wine last night, I could just tell a difference, where before, like that wouldn't do anything. But you know, now when your hormones are changing and things are changing, you know, in your sensitivity and your inflammation, like everything matters. And so I'm not super like stringent about how much I consume. I'm aware I have healthy habits. I know all the things, so I really don't try to put that extra pressure on myself, but it's really hard when you know like what you used to look like, how it just doesn't match up to that anymore. So that's a struggle for me, and that's something that I have to just continually work on, you know, in my own mental headspace. I keep reminding myself 100% of women are going to go through perimenopause and then into menopause. So, and if you don't know the difference is perimenopause, and I didn't know this at first either. So perimenopause, it could be up to 10 years before you finally hit menopause. Menopause is just like one day on the calendar. It's when you haven't had your period for a full 12 months. So for a full 12 months, you haven't had your period, then you can consider yourself in menopause, which you would then be post-menopausal. So you go through perimenopause for a long time, and say you go 10 months without having your period. You're like, okay, well, I'm getting there. You know, your body's losing estrogen, so that's a downfall. But you know, you're getting closer to like not having your period, which I'm pretty excited about, not bleeding every month for the rest of my life. But I digress. So say you don't have your period for 10 full months, but then month 11 you get your period. Guess what? That clock starts all over again. So it's very common to hear people say, oh, I'm going through menopause, but actually we're going through perimenopause, and I'm not an expert by any stretch, but we're going through perimenopause for a long time. And then once we hit 12 months of not having our period, that is menopause. And then the next day, you're postmenopausal. So anyway, my little TED talk for the day. All that to say, whatever you're feeling is normal. And, you know, our bodies are going to change just like they did in pregnancy. And I think that's the hard part for me, knowing that I've gained weight 4 different times from being pregnant and lost that weight 4 different times and got back to the place that I felt good at. And now I feel like, that might be harder to do. But on the bright side, I do have a call with my functional medicine doctor, which I need to email her, to talk about HRT. I've had all my hormones, my blood test done, so she has all that panel. But see if, I know my testosterone's on the low side right now, and my hormones, like I'm still producing estrogen, I'm still at a good level, but it fluctuates, it's off. So we're gonna see if putting me on HRT, what kind of dosage I need to be on and all that stuff. So all that to say, there is hope, and as we lose estrogen, all these funky things are gonna happen to us, and especially if we lose testosterone. But at some point, all women are gonna have nearly 0 estrogen, which isn't a good thing. So I'm hoping replacing some of that estrogen is going to help me. I know it's controversial topic, but there has been a lot of research and a lot of new data to debunk all the stuff that we found out in the late 90s, early 2000s about HRT. You know, you can go follow Dr. Mary Claire Haver. She has a great book and great resources that you can go check that out and learn all about it. I have shared before my sauna. This is my absolute retreat in life. I do not like the heat. I 1000% do not like the heat. But for some reason, I can handle 30 minutes of this. It's a different kind of heat. It's not humidity. Maybe I don't like humidity. I don't know. It's called the Zen Den where I go, and it truly is. It's my zen, my peaceful time. So I just got here today. I'm running a little late. All right, I'll take you through and share my sauna experience. I need one for my house. I know that. But listen, the membership is just what I can afford right now. When you walk through the door, you have this cute little setup where they have foot towels. That's for inside the sauna. And then extra towels if you happen to need one, but I always bring my own. I just bring beach towels, and this is my little bag where I have my skincare and the stuff for the shower when I'm finished, because I always take a shower afterwards. This is the inside of the sauna. This is a sunlightened sauna. This is what it looks like inside. We're always supposed to reset it to 4 hours. I turn the heat up to 70, and then I usually put this on green. Yeah, and that's the infrared lighting there. I usually turn this on, it's upside down. I usually turn this on red, so I get some red light therapy. But this is the little chart they have in here for the color therapy lights, which is kind of cool, because if you're feeling like you want to have a certain light to help you with something in particular, supposedly these lights work. I go with they work. I mean, I use the red light all the time because it helps your face, it helps your skin. So I like using the red light most of the time. Sometimes I will do the purple because it relaxes your lymphatic system and treats inflammation. So because I'm dealing with perimenopause and Hashimoto's, inflammation is not my friend. All right, so my sauna is almost over. I'm trying to look at the timer through the window here, and it looks like I have about 5 minutes left. And I will say, even in the summer, like, I never thought that I would still enjoy the sauna during the summer months, because in the winter, yeah, for sure, like, the sauna is great because you're cold and, you know, the sauna will warm you up. But in the summer, I still really crave it. I think it was a really big part of my healing journey when I found out that I had Hashimoto's, and I was trying to do, the light just turned off, so it might have gotten a little darker. But the sauna was really part of my healing journey when I found out that I had Hashimoto's, and I was trying to do whatever I could to bring inflammation down. The infrared sauna, I feel, has, and I've been using it for probably almost 2 years now. I think it's going to be 2 years in November that I started infrared sauna. And I think it's one thing that I'm going to continue to do because it's amazing. I am wrapped in a towel, but normally when I come in, I just lay my towel on the huge, this is like a double person sauna, so I just lay my towel here, and I am commando in the sauna, because that's just, you sweat a lot, especially in the last 10 to 12 minutes, like, you're just profusely sweating, and even wearing a bathing suit is challenging. So I just have a really long beach towel, and I just lay on the towel, and I flip sides. I kind of have a routine that I do in the sauna, but yeah, can't really film that because naked. But anyway, I wanted to give you a peek into the sauna. Normally I have the music on, or I listen to podcasts. I listen to a ton of Italy podcasts while I'm in here, or I have opera music, or just very calm, soothing sounds while I'm in here. And this is like, I'm not a huge meditation person, but this is where I come to do that. If you use an infrared sauna, I would love to hear about your experience and what you like about it, what has kept you going, or what got you started. I would love to hear that, so put that down in the comments. I would think that'd be a great conversation for us to have, especially for those who aren't familiar with saunas. I think that would be a good conversation to get going for our community here.